Today we're going to be reacting to Shedeur Sanders, Delaney Walker, and Cam Newton, and Shedeur Sanders fanboys. And what Shedeur Sanders fanboys don't understand about sports because they likely didn't grow up playing sports where their parents were paying thousands of dollars for them to play sports. And even your mama, your own mama, tell you, you played like trash today, son. Your own, I didn't seen mamas. You understand what I'm saying? Because they pay so much money for the kid to be on the team and travel. So if their kid even plays like trash, I didn't seen mamas come out and say, son, you played like absolute garbage today. I don't know how you expect me to keep on paying for travel football. Or back then, Pop Warner. I don't know what it is today. It's so many leagues. So what are y'all talking about? What did Cam Newton say wrong? Cam Newton didn't say anything wrong. Cam Newton told him what his viewpoint, his dynamic as a quarterback on the team is, and what he needs to do to improve as a leader. Not what y'all. Y'all want Shedeur to be a rap mogul. What are y'all talking about? Shedeur, when he steps into the facility and before he leaves the facility, he is an NFL quarterback. Until we get our own league, then he can act how they want him, how he wants to act, or however his dad thinks he should act. No, this is an NFL quarterback, possible Hall of Fame quarterback, telling him, letting him know this is the things that you have to cater to if you're going to play in the NFL. If not, you're not going to be allowed to stay very long. You're going to end up like Johnny Manziel. Since y'all want to keep bringing up Johnny Manziel, how did Johnny Manziel's career end up? He didn't have an illustrious career. He's trying to set Shedeur up for a championship. He's trying to set Shedeur up for a starting job. He's trying to set Shedeur up for a winning season. Without doing these things, these 6 things that he mentioned, anybody with good sense that knows football knows Shedeur's not going to have a good season in the NFL. So listen to what an NFL player is saying instead of trying to call him a coon and all this other stuff because they're not agreeing with what you said or what you originally thought, or what you made 20 videos saying that didn't make sense to everybody that know football and watch football. We watch like, what did you talk about? Look at your comments. Stop deleting your comments, I Smoke, and actually read them because they're telling you the truth. You went on live, tried to say, Deion didn't say he didn't want to go to Cleveland. No, Deion did say he don't want to go to Cleveland in the third person before one of the most pivotal drafts, before Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Baker Mayfield and all these other quarterbacks got drafted. Deion Sanders, the one on the Mount Goatmore football, he's one of the goats of football, right? He said, so that means something. And they took that to heart. But you're not understanding what's going on. So listen to what Cam Newton said, because he was actually in the NFL, bro. Instead of being a hater.
I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some point this year. Right. Shedeur Sanders, this message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able to do certain things. You can speak loud and be rambunctious and have that bravado. But as a quarterback, reminder, you are the CEO of that franchise. What do I mean? You have what I've labeled the super 6 that you have to pander to. Number 1, the owner. Number 2, the general manager. Number 3, the head coach. Number 4, the position coach. Number 5, the players. And also number 6, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some point this year. Shedeur Sanders, this message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able to do certain things. You can speak loud and be rambunctious and have that bravado. But as a quarterback, reminder, you are the CEO of that franchise. What do I mean? You have what I've labeled the super six that you have to pander to. Number one, the owner. Number two, the general manager. Number three, the head coach. Number four, the position coach. Number five, the players. And also number six, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some point this year. Shedeur Sanders, this message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able to do certain things. You can speak loud and be rambunctious and have that bravado. But as a quarterback, reminder, you are the CEO of that franchise. What do I mean? You have what I've labeled the super six that you have to pander to. Number one, the owner. Number two, the general manager. Number three, the head coach. Number four, the position coach. Number five, the players. And also number six, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some point this year. Shedeur Sanders, this message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able to do certain things. You can speak loud and be rambunctious and have that bravado. But as a quarterback, reminder, you are the CEO of that franchise. What do I mean? You have what I've labeled the super six that you have to pander to. Number one, the owner. Number two, the general manager. Number three, the head coach. Number four, the position coach. Number five, the players. And also number six, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns.
Boom. He do see Shedeur Sanders. Viral, literally. Kardashians on your success. Thank you, Rock City Hot Boy Bam. Thank you. Salute to you, man. I really do appreciate everybody that salutes and appreciates my channel, leaves comments, everything. Whew. So as y'all can see, he says Shedeur Sanders will start at some point. Y'all want to know the truth? I'm going to say that for later. But his teams were literally, he said 6 things. He said the owner. He said the coach. He said the position coach. He said, listen, the players.
And also number six, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him, like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some point this year. So Shedeur Sanders.
What did he say that was bad? He didn't say anything that was bad. But listen, though, I'm about to tell y'all, it's some teams where Shedeur didn't even have any of those, the 6 things that he just said. It's teams where Shedeur didn't have none of that check mark. None of those things. People on that team didn't have check mark for Shedeur, and Shedeur didn't have check mark himself. And he wasn't trying to cater to it with those interviews at the ones that we seen. Even the ones that we seen. I don't know what he did with the bowl, so I can't really speak on what the bowl said and did, because the bowl could be lying to get his way. But I'm just saying, from what we seen, oh, you know who my daddy is, and what was the other one? We talking about people that watch football their whole life. Of course they know who Deion Sanders is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just listen.
Message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able.
He's letting y'all know the dynamics. That's the best part. He's letting y'all know the dynamics of football. A lot of y'all, and I'm not saying this as a jab at you or how I'm gonna attack. I'm just letting you know. You never played football, so you don't know the dynamics on the football field. Deion Sanders is giving him a point of view of a DB. DBs could talk mess all day. People don't care because it's like, well, you got to stop our quarterback in our offense, and we think we the mess, and we think we them dudes. So you have to stop our firepower anyways. You about to get burnt up anyways. So talk all that mess. When you get burnt up, you're gonna be quiet. But Deion was never quiet because Deion was always locking down his side of the field, catching interceptions, getting punt returns, and all types of stuff. But the quarterback has to be a little bit humble and reserved because the quarterback is going against 300-pound dudes running 4.4s. I smoke. Have you ever had 300-pound dudes running 4.4s in your face? Have you ever had a Jordan Davis in your face before? Have you ever seen an Aaron Donald running at you before? Have you ever seen anybody like these people that I'm naming, Khalil Max and stuff? Have you ever had any people like that running at you full speed, trying to take your head off? 4 of them. We're not even going to talk about the linebackers. Go look up Matt Milano hitting Matt White. I think that's his name. Go look up Matt Milano crushes White. Matt Milano folded White in half from the Jets. He damn near broke his rib. So when you're talking mess, saying you're legendary and all this stuff, and then you have to face 300-pound men that's running at the speed of 4.4, 40 yards dashes, right? In such a short space, you might want to just keep it quiet until you win a couple of games and you get your confidence up and you actually get the starting spot, buddy. Because it's going to be a lot different for the quarterback even. See, these are the football dynamics. What he's doing in practice isn't going to even be what he's doing on game day. What everybody else is doing is what they're going to be doing on game day. So they could talk all the mess they want. They're not going to have to deal with a whole different world when it comes to game day. That's what the QBs have to deal with. QBs don't get hit in practice because that's how dangerous the position is. We can't even hit the QBs full speed in practice. But a lot of y'all don't even understand that because you don't even play football. That's why you don't see QBs talking all that mess because they don't want to go look up Tom Brady when Tom Brady got lit up by the Buffalo Bills. Go look up that when White got hit by Milano. Shedeur don't be moving around in the pocket. He's not big like Cam Newton like that. Like, he'll get folded too. So you don't want to put a cherry on top of 300-pound dudes, 250-pound dudes running at you full speed. You just want to kind of go there and drop dimes, throw darts, and get off the field and score touchdowns. You don't want to be the guy that's, you know what I'm saying? You could be kind of flashy and cool, but it's got to be in a Jalen Hurts way. It got to be in a Lamar Jackson, like they still producing. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to that point, then you could talk like that. He's telling him right now, you have to claw your way up, Shedeur. You have to do your thing right now in practice and show that arm talent. Show that you could get the ball there on time. Show that you could lead your receivers into a nice touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Then get in the game and show them that you could deal with that pressure, that we know you could do that. We know you could do it. We didn't see you do it. We're not saying you never done it. Don't feel like, oh, I've done it before in college, so it's going to translate to the NFL. No. These people already done told you, we don't care what you did in college. It's different out here. You looking at dudes that's nice like that all could have played in the SEC that's 300 pounds, 250 pounds, running 4.4s and 4.5s. Did y'all just see the guy that just went to the Chargers? You see how big he is? Y'all seeing these dudes, right? But y'all not really seeing these dudes up close and personal because y'all never played football before. So you don't want this dude running at you full speed, mad because you said something on Twitter in your last interview about how you this and that and the third, and how you going to take care of their team, and you're not even focused on your team. You focus on the next team, and this and that and the third. You trying to win the Super Bowl. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to make it harder. That's what he's saying. He's making it harder on himself. In simplest terms, that's what Cam Newton is saying. You're making it harder on yourself. And then I'm going to go play, after I play this one more time, because I want y'all to hear all the people that Cam Newton is telling y'all. He obviously has the experience. You have to cater to these people. If you don't, it's going to be hard for you at quarterback. So after this, I'm gonna play an NFL player. He says it's just 1,000, but I'm pretty sure it's close to $1 million. He had that Shedeur was gonna fall in the draft. An NFL player, and he said he didn't want it to be this way, but he knew it would be this way because he's an FBA brother and he knows how these people are. Y'all don't. So y'all trying to say the draft order was racist? No, it's just the draft order and them trying to kill Shedeur's ego and a whole lot of money behind it for ratings and bets and all types of stuff. But with Coach Jeff not getting fired and Lovie Smith getting fired with a winning record, that's the racism. The racism is that Coach Jeff gets to have his job, but Lovie Smith can't have his job after a winning record. He still has to get fired. But Coach Jeff gets to keep his job and make money, but he's not being professional. You see the double standard? See, Caucasian people don't have to be professional because the person that's the disciplinarian for the whole league, shout out to Matthew Shack. I watched on Matthew Shack, a real journalist I smoke. He said that the disciplinarian for the whole league is also a part of the Atlanta Falcons front office. So he isn't going to discipline Jeff how he should be, which is a firing. We're not worried about that little money. We're not worried about that. We're not worried about that. Because Shedeur lost millions and he was real professional about it. We're not worried about your little TT quarter million. We're not worried about that little TT quarter million. We want your job gone because you didn't want Shedeur to have a job. You didn't want Shedeur, really, you didn't want him to see him, you didn't want to see him making more money than you, right? So now you don't got a job because you're not going to tell players on your team and in our league if Roger Goodell had a spine. Well, we all know Roger Goodell don't got no spine and he noodle wrist, right? But they would fire him because you're not going to tell players in our league to be professional and to do this and that and the third when you're not even doing that. You know how disrespectful that is? And the Atlanta Falcons players on defense, do y'all have a spine? How are y'all going to let that dude be our coach, but he's a jokester, he's a clown, he's a prankster at 45 years old or however old they said he is? That's corny, bro. But you know why they do that? They do that to our people. Jax and Jeff, they only prank Shedeur. They didn't prank Warren and all those people. They only prank Shedeur and for certain reason. The other pranks, they was cruel as well. Isaiah Bond, I don't even think he got drafted. But nobody's thinking about the privacy, the mental health, or the security of these players. That's a bad look on the NFL. But instead of doing the right thing, they'll rather have the bad look on them, and they'll rather get boycotted. See, they don't actually think y'all not gonna go to the games. Y'all not gonna buy the jerseys. Y'all gonna buy the jerseys from Shedeur and shit like that. Like y'all don't. They think that's not gonna happen. They think that we just blowing smoke because we got people like Ice Smoke, hip hop over here, running a whole narrative against the black athletes that's actually trying to give Shedeur wisdom. Because we don't have our own league right now, bro. We can't just be rambunctious and act crazy. There's certain dynamics that we have for certain positions and all this other stuff. Honestly, the GM Andrew, he laced the draft. Cleveland had a great draft. They had an A- draft. They did great. They had a B plus A- draft. They got Mason Carson, they got Quishon Judkins, somebody else, I think, another pretty good running back, and they got Dylan for value if they don't want to keep Dylan, and they got Shedeur, even if they don't want to keep Shedeur. But I think Shedeur should stay in Cleveland because that's a good fit for him. They got Jerry Jeudy, they got Njoku, Jerome Ford. He knows how to catch the ball out the backfield, and it looks like Jerome knows how to run routes. They have some receivers over. They just got Deontay Johnson. Guess what they got that for? Shedeur. And I think Shedeur, if they put the right receivers around him, they could like in the way that Shedeur releases the ball and he was training with Brady, he's kind of like he has a setup like Brady. And I feel like he could play that way to whereas he shares the ball. Shedeur shared the ball the most with all of his receiving targets than anybody else in the college football level last year. Hence his completion rate. Because he reads the whole field well. He reads the field better than Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's a bonehead. He has a better football knowledge than Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's a bonehead. So when you actually put Shedeur out there with actual options at receiver, it's going to look crazy. When you put him out there with an actual line, sorry, guys, it's going to look crazy. So we understand that y'all feel like Shedeur is better than these people, but he's not the right fit for their team because he's not cool with the owner. He's not cool with the GM. He damn sure ain't cool with the coach, right, Giants? He's not cool with the position coach if he ain't cool with the coach. So why would you want him to go to a team like that? Just because you think the team is good and it's a good organization and the colors is cute doesn't mean that Shedeur should go play for that team, bro. It's just you're just showing that you never played football before. You never watched NFL football and actually, you know what I'm saying? You never watched these documentaries and stuff like that, bro. You didn't even watch the podcast yesterday, 4th and 1, Cam Newton. Everybody thought Cam Newton was about to go stupid, but he actually got down on Coach Jeff, right? And said he should get fired, and he just kind of moved past it. He's the only one I seen that said Coach Jeff should get fired. He's the only one I seen that said that, bro. Everybody else was like, oh, I don't know. I'm not going to say another man should get, man, shut up. Oh, that's my coach and all this. Man, shut up, bro. That man got to get fired because Coach Lovie Smith, at some point, I think he was going undefeated. Then he went 10-6, brought the Bears to their best record in how many years now? But he's getting fired. But you wouldn't know that because you don't have any NFL knowledge. You don't have no football knowledge, especially, but you really don't have no NFL knowledge. You don't know what's going on. And then when the NFL players come and tell you I smoke what's going on, you get mad and make a video contrary to what they say. You just contrary. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play Delaney, what Delaney said. But I'm going to play what Cam said one more time. I'm going to play the 4th-and-1 short. Shedeur Sanders just got his wake-up call. Then I'm going to play Cam knows better than anyone. Then I'm going to play with Delaney, how much Delaney bet on Shedeur's fall. And slide. Jay Bush says, no, I'm going to pop out. Let's get this out the way. Show your face in an NFL PA.
Shedeur Sanders, this message is directed to you. Lead with work, not clout. I think he took on the persona of a DB, not a QB. As a DB, you're able to do certain things. You can speak loud and be rambunctious and have that bravado. But as a quarterback, reminder, you are the CEO of that franchise. What do I mean? You have what I've labeled the super six that you have to pander to. Number one, the owner. Number two, the general manager. Number three, the head coach. Number four, the position coach. Number five, the players. And also number six, the fans. This is the best situation for Shedeur because he has to claw his way to the top. Does he have the capabilities of doing it? Absolutely. And if I'm in his camp, I'm telling him like, bro, let's get to work. Let's control what we can control now. I do see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns at some.
All right, he sees him starting at some point. Shedeur, take that with a grain of salt and run with it. Go keep running them hills, bro. You're doing a good job. But the thing is this. Nobody's by like I said, I didn't see mamas tell their sons in travel football, you played like crap today. I'm not paying for this shit no more. Mamas didn't said that. So what are y'all talking about? They need to be nicer. They need to say nice things. Why you guys always say, nobody didn't say nothing negative, bro. That's what's wrong with y'all. You always trying to say something positive and negative and hater and man, y'all soft. You never played ball before. You don't know how people that's in this world actually talk.
There's unspoken rules that goes with being a franchise quarterback. And Shedeur was an example to say, like, hold on, some liked it, some loved it, and some didn't even want to associate themselves with it because there's so many things that you have to ask. If we draft you, will it be a circus in the locker room? Yeah. If we draft you, will your father be hands-on and dictating to this organization like what you are and what you're not going to do?
Now teams didn't seen that before, even though they might have been Caucasian, they didn't want to deal with it, especially from a brother. You understand? So let's go look at what Delaney Walker said about how he bet that Shedeur Sanders would be falling in draft. Another NFL guy. And don't bring me up Shannon Sharp and what he posted, because he didn't even say that in there. Somebody tried to tell me, Shannon Sharp is in the doghouse right now. He'll damn near say anything to be on somebody's good side. He'll damn near say anything. I want that video I was watching earlier. This is what's this one called? This one called Bussin' with the Boys. Y'all keep on listening to these people that don't watch football. Go look at their fan base. It's a whole bunch of women. No disrespect to women, because it's women that know more than football than y'all. Like I said, it's women that's out here telling their kids, you ain't gonna be on this travel team no more if you don't get no touchdown. If you don't get more than 100 yards and some touchdowns, if you don't get no more tackles, you ain't gonna be on it. If y'all keep losing, you ain't gonna be on this team no more. You ain't gonna be playing. And kids be crying and cats be they'll tell you it's trash. That was trash. I don't know what your coach talking about. We about to switch your team. Y'all ass. Moms, girls is saying that to little boys out here. Nobody playing, dog. But Dion had his son under his wing. So Dion could do all of that mushy stuff and do play-by-plays with him and get on him too. And even when Dion get on him, it's still like, that's my dad. So he always like that. He's never seen it from another angle with a dude that's coaching him that need this job, that need Shedeur to win this game. You know what I'm saying? They need Dylan Gabriel. They need Kenny Pickett to win this game. So it's not like as lackadaisical. It's more business like we gotta get it done. If we don't get it done, it's over for us. You know what I'm saying? So let's listen to what this NFL player said about Shedeur getting drafted in January. Yes, I seen this in January too. They not lying. He told y'all. And he bet money on it and won the money. And guess who didn't believe him? A white person didn't even believe him. And you know that's why this Shedeur, he was listening to all these people in his ear telling him he's so good, you're so good. He might have not really believed it. But I know he started to believe it when they didn't invite him to the draft, because they invited him to the combine. You might say, oh, they don't invite everybody from the combine to the draft. No, they invited Shedeur, the one that was projected to go number 2, the one that was projected at one point to go number 1 to the combine, and then they didn't invite him to the draft. So I know that's how I know y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And when y'all was sitting there so patiently waiting for Shedeur to get drafted by the teams you thought that needed him but didn't want him, y'all seen him continue to fall, and y'all thought that was racist, but really it wasn't. It was just an ego death for Shedeur, and for them to tame his lion-esque ego and make him understand that you got to listen to us, because we've been doing this for mad years now, and this is our league, and the owner gonna be mad if you act like this and you do this. Just like when you go to your job, the boss is gonna be mad if you cursing everybody out and telling everybody, man, watch out, because you the first pick at the job. Like, this is how he is thinking. You see what I'm saying? So let's listen to the NFL player tell us, and not Ice Smoke Hip Hop, who never played football and put pads on in his life.
You not only won the bet, you were spot on.
Spot on. I told you I graded him. I go by 5 stages.
Don't even give away your stages.
I'm not gonna give them away.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come on here because I wanted to say Shedeur is a hell of a quarterback. Hell of a quarterback. I think he's gonna be a sleeper because he fell so late. He's gonna show up, right?
Exactly.
I believe in that. I believe in the late round draft picks that they're gonna be great. He's got something to prove.
But you were one.
I was one.
Yeah.
So,
were you 5th, 6th?
I was 6.
6th round.
I was 6. So for that to happen, even though it was hurting my heart when I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, I'm right. I know I'm right. And then when it started happening, I kind of felt bad because I didn't really want to see the kid.
Right. I know, bro.
All like that.
That is tough. That is tough. A lot of those issues are self-induced.
Yeah.
A lot of those problems are self-induced when you go to the combine. Because a lot of people were breaking down like how the Manning's process was versus how Shedeur and Dion's process was, and it just is way different. It was a way different time. There's not social media. No players had cameras following them around, so you had a lot more access to see Shedeur's attitude the entire time.
Yeah,
weighing himself at the combine. Like, I get it. I know a couple people talk about code switching and all that, but if you're at the combine,
listen to this Caucasian person talk about how he lit, and I've been told y'all this. I don't have a problem with it personally. So you hear me saying that now I'm buck dancing. No, I'm telling you how Caucasian people feel because I done been around them. I done went to a school where it was 95% Caucasian, the other 5% was Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, and we was all sports players. So I'm letting you know how they think. He as simple as Shedeur's hat being turned to the side. We don't care. That's not something we think about as FBAs, right? But as Caucasians, this bothers them. And Shedeur's going to be on the team leading Caucasians by default because he's the quarterback. Who's always the captain going out to the coin toss? The quarterback. Y'all never played football, so you don't know what's going on. So they have to feel comfortable listening to him. If they don't feel comfortable listening to him as quarterback, they're not gonna want to draft him. They not because their players not gonna want to play for him. The white players, you feel me? They're not just thinking about what the black players think because the league is 90% black. And Shedeur Sanders, he played good in college, and they don't care about that. This is the stuff they care about. His hat turned to the side. Did I say it's right or wrong? I'm just saying this is what they said.
Players had cameras following them around, so you had a lot more access to see Shedeur's attitude the entire time.
Yeah.
Weighing himself at the combine. Like, I get it. I know a couple people talk about code switching and all that, but if you're at the combine, your hat's like this, talking about my product, I've done it year after year, like I'm him, blah, blah,
And if,
blah.
hey,
That's tough.
if you don't want to change the franchise, don't get me.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's one of the stages. Personality. What's your personality like?
And for people tuning in and don't fully know what we're talking about, Mitch, you can just run the clip of the bet, the $1,000 bet that we had with Delaney.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get going, you got to hear this bet.
Yeah.
So I come in and he's just talking nonsense.
Always.
Shedeur Sanders not going to get drafted in the first round because he's
$1,000 bet that he had with them in January. Delaney is the FBA brother. Delaney told them, and he's FBA, that Shedeur was going to be falling in the draft in January when Shedeur was projected by Mel Kiper and people that's known for studying just the draft, like Todd McShay's and all of them. They were already saying that Shedeur was going to be drafted. They were projecting that he would be drafted second after Cam Moore. But look at what Delaney said.
Personality. What's your personality like?
And for people tuning in and don't fully know what we're talking about, Mitch, you can just run the clip of the bet, the $1,000 bet that we had with Delaney.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get
This is
going,
crazy.
you got to hear this bet. So I come in and he's just talking nonsense.
Always.
Shedeur Sanders not going to get drafted in the first round because he probably saw a tweet that said a couple scouts doesn't have him as a first round grade.
That sounds like the
And I graded him.
Our bet, 1,000. You graded him. What the fuck? What do you know about quarterback? Nothing. $1,000 bet.
This dude.
$1,000 bet that he goes in the top 2 rounds. If he goes beyond that, Delaney wins.
What you think of that
I
bet?
think you're gonna lose $1,000.
You crazy.
He said Shedeur's gonna slip to the 5th round. Mark my words.
But this is an offense.
Top 2 rounds. If he goes beyond that, Delaney wins.
What you think of that
I
bet?
think you're gonna lose $1,000.
You crazy.
He said Shedeur's gonna slip to the 5th round. Mark my words.
But this is an off.
2 rounds. If he goes beyond that, Delaney wins.
What you think of that?
A black NFL player said what?
He said Shedeur's gonna slip to the 5th round. Mark my words.
But
Hold
this is
on,
a,
what did the black NFL fullback running back say?
In the top 2 rounds. If he goes beyond that, Delaney wins.
what you think of that
I
bet?
think you're gonna lose $1,000.
You crazy.
He said Shedeur's gonna slip to the 5th round. Mark my words.
But this is an offensive line draft this year. A lot of old line gonna go. That's gonna push a
Offensive
lot.
line draft every year, bro.
No,
He's gonna find his way into that first round, and you lost
He's a
$1,000.
good quarterback.
He not going in
Shedur's a
the
good
He
quarterback.
not going in the
Give
first
Richards take the
round.
bet back.
I ain't taking
No,
it back.
no.
I
He's
ain't
locked
taking
in
it
on
back.
He was so confident we shook twice on
Twice.
that bet.
Oh shit!
Twice. He not going in.
Teams are becoming more savvy about how they're picking their players because Jaden Daniels last season got drafted and instantly took his team to an NFC championship. So they're not going to draft you in the first round unless you're going to come in and be the starter and be the guy, and they're dependent on you. Delaney knows that. Delaney sees what's going on in the league. Delaney didn't deny the fact that he's a great quarterback, but he said that he's going to fall in the draft because why? There's offensive linemen that teams needs. There's defensive linemen that's teams needs, and y'all don't understand that because I just care about position players. I just care about skill position players and what they and how illustrious they are and what they doing and what chain they wearing today. Because y'all are prissy as fans, fanboys. Not everybody. It's people that's really understand the game of football and are fans of football. Y'all are not. Y'all are fans of Instagrams and likes and comments and views. Y'all are not fans of football. Y'all do not care about football. This is somebody that played football and played in the NFL and understand the dynamics of what's going on right now. Y'all don't.
Everybody thought that, you know what I mean? Cats, I would even see Cats was hitting me like, man, I can't believe you made that bet. You know, dude going in the first round. His dad is Deion Sanders. I said,
Right.
this is not the NBA. It doesn't matter who your daddy is.
Crazy shot at Bronny.
That is a wild shot.
Not a shot, just facts. just facts.
So
You know what I'm saying?
you got his
Just
money?
facts.
I don't have it on me.
You got it
I'll
on you?
get
This was a surprise. If y'all watching this right now, he didn't know I was coming, so it was a surprise. But yeah, he will pay up. Will is good for his money. I've never lost a
Damn,
bet to
he
Will,
didn't
and I
even
always
pay the
been
money.
paid. And I said that in the show. I never lose to Will Compton.
Man, Will, pay that man his money, man. Pay that man his money, dog. Because y'all thought Shedeur was going in, and there was some Caucasians that thought Shedeur was going in the first round. But anybody that know ball, like me, and Delaney, and Cam, if you see my video, I posted that video with the red arrow going down because I knew Shedeur stock was dropping. It was. Because it's teams that needed other guys that wouldn't. And y'all wonder why the Eagles always end up with a Jordan Davis. Y'all wonder why the Eagles always end up with some Georgia or Alabama stout stud lineman on defense and offense. Because these teams have been taking position players these last couple years, and now the stock for QB has dropped after seeing, all right, well, the Bears got Caleb Williams, and they didn't even, did the Bears make the playoffs last year? They didn't make the playoffs. They went on a losing streak. And then you got the Commanders, they made it to the NFC Championship with they dude. So if we not drafting a dude, and the dude is Cam Ward, or the dude is Jackson Dart that they really like and they really want, we gonna leave these guys on the board and come back and get them. And some collective teams probably had an agreement to do so, obviously, because they all said Shedeur Sanders were taken off by owners. Which owners? The owners of the teams that wanted them. Take him off the board. That's what Boomer Eisen, or whatever his name is, the older dude that's been covering the NFL since before I was born. That's what he said. He said the owners came in and took his name off the board. Had it been for racist reasons, making Shedeur have an ego death, him and Deion, yes, it might have been for certain type of reasons as such. We're not saying that it's not. But we saying that we recognized it before y'all recognized it and seen that it had nothing to do with just race. It's for team needs, dog. It's team needs that's a factor. Of course, they're not gonna want Shedeur to come in with a $40 million check, guaranteed $30 million, and telling them how he want to do this and how he want to do that. And now Shedeur has the leverage because he got them hostage, and he could tell them, man, I'm not going nowhere. And they like, Shedeur, we got to trade you. And then when they try to trade him, the teams don't want him either because they don't want to take on his contract because his contract don't match his level of play. So now they're making Shedeur actually prove it. Y'all said he proved it then. Why he can't prove it now? And you know why these athletes don't agree with you? Because these athletes it's single mamas out here that got more competition running through their blood and more competitiveness running through their blood than you ninjas. You ninjas out here, y'all not competitive worth a damn because y'all never played football before. You never played no sports before. You never was athletic. So you don't know the dynamics of the sport. And you don't respect the dynamics of the sport because you don't even watch the game. So you never played and you don't watch the game. So why would you know the dynamics of the sport and what type of competitiveness that you need to even get on the field during the game? You don't understand that, dog. So Shedeur game start right now. Shedeur game already started when he was falling in the draft. Y'all don't understand that, though. Y'all think Shedeur, the game don't start until the first preseason game. Man, shut up. We trying to see if Shedeur Sanders going to get on the field. Y'all the type of ninjas that, oh, Shedeur, don't start. Don't start. Let Dylan Gabriel go. Let Kenny Pickett go. And then when they fail, then you come up next. No, we want Shedeur starting on day one. Because he gonna flip. He flipped around Jackson State. I seen it with my own eyes. He flipped around Colorado. I seen it with my own eyes. Browns. It's time to flip this organization around, Shedeur. Is this the player that you really want to be, or do you just want to be known as Timothy? Do you just want to be known as the guy I'm the guy, y'all, look, I'm the guy. But you the guy and you losing. We want to see you be the guy and be winning, dog. That's what everybody betting on. So when people like Delaney is betting on his downfall, it's because they know his downfall is already set up by some people that's trying to constrain him and hold him back. We want to see him beat that. Can he beat it? We need to see the competitiveness. We didn't see the brashness. We didn't see the ego. We didn't see the confidence, right? All right, we want to see the competitiveness now. You could be a confident as fuck. You could be the most confident motherfucker out there. But are you the one winning out there? It's confident people that lose in the NFL every day. Do y'all know that? It's confident people that don't make it to the NFL. It's confident people. Nobody cares if you're confident and you're a black man. Nobody cares. They care about winning so they could brag and win their bets. Do y'all understand that? Oh, y'all don't understand that because y'all not competitive. Y'all never play football. Y'all don't know the dynamics of the sport because y'all don't watch football. Y'all don't watch sports. Y'all don't sports bet. Y'all don't do none of that. So when y'all see Shedeur didn't get drafted and all 32 teams passed on him, who gives a rat's ass? He's on the team. He got drafted. Now it's time to do what he has to do to start. I went in I Smoke Hip Hop Live and told him if a coach tells Shedeur to do something, he got to do it, right? This motherfucker sitting up here got startled and was like, what you mean? What you talking about? That's weak. Bro, you're not coachable because you never played football before. And you damn sure would never be able to play in the NFL if you're not listening to what your coach telling you to do. Shedeur literally has a mic in his ear at all times during the game with a coach talking in his ear. He's going to have to communicate with coaches. So some coaches like DeBoer, who's probably a racist, right? Allegedly, right? He might feel like, man, I don't want to deal with Shedeur because he's already telling me his dad is going to come here and take my job and all this other BS that they be saying. Y'all know how they is. I don't want this Negro in here who's going to think he's telling me what to do, uppity and all this other shit. Now his daddy's in here trying to get the job from us and all. Like, that's how they think. They're territorial. It's sports. You don't think like that because you never play sports. Like I just used an analogy earlier. Is single mothers out here that have more competitiveness than use I Smoke Hip Hop. It's single mothers out here that's telling their sons, man, y'all, you play like shit today. You ain't shit. You play like shit. We finally played a good team. You telling me you went out there, you ain't scored no touchdowns? I ain't paying for this shit no more. Because they paying thousands and thousands of dollars for them to play in this sport and be on the travel team. Have you done that before? No, you haven't done that before. So you don't know what it's like. Shedeur doesn't know what it's like because his dad been paying this whole time and it's really nothing to him. He done been the coach, been the organization, the organization owner and everything, they said. So it's nothing to him. Deion could make up a league for him when he was younger, and Shedeur go play in the league, make up a team, go play in the team. Jackson State, Colorado. That was Deion just pulling stuff out of hat for Shedeur. That doesn't happen every day. That's a blessing that Shedeur was able to have those chances like that. And that's what they tried to make him. What did Shedeur say after he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, after they was just stunting on the Cleveland Browns? Because he thought he was in a certain position. So they put him in that position like that to make him think like, all right, this where you think you about to go? Okay. This where you think you about to go, but it's not where you're going to go because guess who control it? The people in the front office control where somebody go and if somebody going to be somewhere. Then when they put you in that position, you have to make a play. But you wouldn't understand that, dog. Y'all say it for me. Because you never played football. You never played sports before. You never put no shoulder pads on. So stop getting up here talking stupid about all these people all these black. You only talk about the black people that said something. Talk about the white people that said Shedeur was going in the first round and they said and told the NFL players, the black NFL players, man, you was right. Because they know that these owners is racist and got vendettas and vitriol and all this other stuff. He knows that they're not saying, oh man, this and that and the third. No, they're saying that if you're going to get in there, you got to go in there and produce. Because this is what we had to do. We had to produce and win games. What y'all talking about is null and void. Talking about, but Bomani exposed says Shedeur sucks. How could Bomani would never do that because Bomani is a real journalist, and if he said he sucks, he's just saying it that he's to let him know, man, we need to see something. And then if Shedeur comes out and plays a good game, he's gonna say, yo, Shedeur played great. But that doesn't mean you go up and curl up and cry like how you is. Man, they said Shedeur sucks. Talk about Coach Jeff, y'all. All the pro blacks that wanna act like you a pro black. You're not really a pro black. Go talk about Coach Jeff. Coach Jeff need to be fired. They keep trying to Speedy Gonzalez past that so we can stop thinking about it. They think that we're unintelligent. We're going to keep on saying fire Coach Jeff. We're going to keep on I just lost my train of thought. Boycotting. We're going to keep on doing that because Coach Jeff need to be fired. He don't need to be telling none of our people what to do if he don't think that he should be doing the same. You can't tell somebody be professional when you unprofessional. You feel me? And you doing it at your job, dog. They pay you handsomely. They make sure you get paid. You getting what, 1.3? So Shedeur shouldn't get his check. And Shedeur should feel some type of way because you want to play around and act like a child. Well, if you want to act like a child, you shouldn't be a part of the Atlanta Falcons. Because Lovie Smith went 10-6 being a professional coach. And they still let him go. Because that's how the league goes. So how this don't work for Jeff. Right? So all I'm saying is the NFL need to focus on the players' mental health. Obviously, they don't care about that, right? I talk about CTE and all this shit. I don't care about them players like that. Keep it real, NFL. Y'all don't care because I would be trying to make. And y'all think it was only the draft that they're pranking them and say no. Didn't the NCAA just team up with FanDuel and all the sporting books during the March Madness and say, please leave these players alone? Don't text them nothing crazy because y'all fans always texting these players that they messed up y'all parlay. They messed up y'all parlay. I know y'all don't know how to sports bet. So, oh, you messed up my parlay. You MF'er. And that's the nice version. I'm not even saying the real explicit versions that y'all be saying in the messages. Go look it up. You'll see it. The players post it all the time. So they want to make sure that these players are having the right mentality while they're on their teams. Then I just show y'all today, go look at the video I just posted today where Deion Sanders had contemplations about suicide. You see what I'm saying? So y'all need to go understand that these players have a lot of pressure on them. So even a prank call like that, that can make them go crazy and make them crash out. Aren't y'all already saying they got CTE? See what Caucasian people to do it like, oh, he's crazy. He got CTE. Look at him. He's crashing out. He's punch drunk. Then they prank him and when they're not making it and say, oh, you're not going to make it, and keep texting them and keep texting them and keep texting them and harassing them and stalking them. That's what they do. So it's not just one prank. Oh, the one prank, you don't have any. You're not funny. You don't have any. No, you're trolling them. You're continuously trolling them. Everybody knows this. If it wasn't like that, they want to come out with a whole commercial during March Madness saying, please don't text our players and say that they're trash and say that they're not worth shit and say they need to unalive yourself. Please don't text our players because they take it to heart and they read everything y'all say and they want to impress y'all and make sure y'all bets cash. So please just give them the benefit of the doubt. Please just take it easy on them. But y'all don't do that. Y'all give the benefit of the doubt to the racists. Y'all stop making videos about Jeff and stop saying Jeff name and fire Coach Jeff. Y'all start talking about Bomani and Kim and Chris Carter. He's a coon and because your fans like that little corny ass little shit you do. Because you a clown. You don't gotta actually do journalism. Because you a clown. I smoke clown shit.